Miss Kristi here, and I am so excited to be together again cooking in the kitchen. Today we are learning how to make 5-minute guacamole. Guacamole is just a great snack to learn to make because you can use it in so many ways. This guacamole has just 6 ingredients, most of them being seasonings, and takes less than 5 minutes to make. We're gonna have fun making this together today, and I'm so glad you're here. Now, the first step to cooking and working in the kitchen is to wash our hands. While I wash my hands with soap and warm water for at least 20 seconds, let's go over the ingredients and supplies that you'll need to gather to cook along today. The ingredients you'll need are 1 ripe avocado, half of a lime, 1/8 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/8 teaspoon onion powder, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, and 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. The supplies you'll need are a cutting board, a small bowl, a spoon, a butter knife, and 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, great. Your hands are clean and my hands are clean. We've gathered our ingredients and supplies, so let's get started making our 5-minute guacamole. Like I said, it's just a great snack to learn how to make because you can use it in so many ways, and most of this is seasoning, so there's not a whole lot of ingredients and it's pretty quick to put together. The first thing we're gonna wanna do is grab the small bowl that we had in our supply list and just put it right near you, because once we cut our avocado, it's gonna go right into that bowl. So have your bowl next to you, and then grab your 1 ripe avocado and your butter knife. So how do we know if an avocado is ripe? When you squeeze it, you're gonna wanna be able to smush it a little bit. So a really green avocado is gonna be hard. You're not gonna be able to really push on it, but a ripe avocado is gonna be more of this dark color. When you push on it, you'll be able to see that the skin kind of pushes in a little bit, so that's how we know it's ripe. And you need a ripe avocado for guacamole because we have to be able to mash it up, and a fresh non-ripe avocado is gonna be really hard to mash. So 1 ripe avocado is what we need. And how do I slice an avocado? If you slice an avocado in a different way that's easy for you, by all means use that way. This is just a way I find easy. So all I do is I take kind of the rounder part of the avocado and set it right in front of you on your cutting board. And I can take my butter knife because it's ripe, so it's gonna cut easily. And I'll just start at the top and I'll slice right down one side. And then I'm just gonna turn it around and do the same thing on the other side. So I have 1 slice on one side, 1 slice on another, and I'm just going to go straight down. You won't be able to go through because there's a pit in the middle. And once you have a slice on both sides, I just turn it like an Oreo. So I turn, and it should kind of pop open like that. Now, we need to get the pit out because we're not gonna use that. So that's where you can grab your spoon. And then, again, if you have a different way of getting the pit out of an avocado, totally your call, but for me, I just take my spoon and just push it around the pit, and then we're gonna scoop underneath it. Just like scooping up dirt or something like that. Just scoop it. Sometimes it pops out and rolls away, and that's all right. We just gotta get it out of there. All right, so we're gonna take the pit. I'm just gonna set that over here because I don't need that. Now we just need to scoop this out and put it into our bowl. So I'm gonna move my bowl a little bit closer to me. We're done with the butter knife for now. We're gonna use it in a second. We need to now get this scooped out, and in here, the easiest way that I have found, and again, because it's ripe, it should be pretty easy, is you're just gonna take your spoon and push it right next to the skin. And again, kind of like we did the pit, you're just scooping up underneath. Like if you were shoveling up dirt. And then just go around, and it should pop right in. Ah, perfect. Set that to the side. So same thing with this. Again, if you have a different way of getting an avocado out of its skin, you can do that. Just kind of gonna go around and scoop up underneath, and then that just gets most of just the avocado out. And then you can throw your skins away, put them to the side. We do not use those. All right, from here, I'm just gonna give this a quick mash. We're gonna add some seasonings and a little lime, but I wanna have this mashed up first. So all you're gonna do is take the back of your spoon and push it down against your avocado in the bowl. That's why it's important to have a ripe avocado. If we tried to do this with an avocado that wasn't very ripe, it would be difficult. So you can take the side of your spoon, chop it up a little bit, the best of your ability. All you have to do is get this mashed a little bit. As we start adding seasonings, I'll stir it some more, and that'll gonna break it up still too. So I just wanna get a general good little mash going on. And then we'll keep stirring it throughout. All right. I'm just gonna put this in front of me for a second because we need to cut our lime in half. So the recipe calls for a half of a lime. So if you have one lime, we're only gonna use half of it. Usually when I squeeze a lime or a lemon, I like to roll it first. It helps release the juices. We just need the juice from this. So I'm just gonna roll this quick on my cutting board. It's kind of fun. And then take your butter knife and just cut it in half. So you're gonna wanna hold it steady. Let's see if we can get it cut, yep. Now if you have a sharper knife and you feel comfortable using that, by all means, I just use a butter knife because we cut our avocado with it and I already had it. I didn't wanna dirty another knife, but if you wanna use a sharper knife and you feel comfortable with it, go for it. But butter knife does work because I just did it. All right. You can set the other half aside, put it in a baggie, put it in a Tupperware container, save it for a few days. We're only needing half of it. Take your half a lime and now squeeze it onto our avocado that's in our bowl. Okay, you wanna get as much juice out as possible. It's kind of fun. Take out your anger on your lemon or your lime. All right. So this is gonna give it flavor and it also helps to keep our avocado from turning brown, which is nice. So it's dual purpose, but I do like the flavor of lemon or lime. If you don't like lime, you don't have to put it in your guacamole. Totally optional, but give it a try if you don't know. And the next time you make it, you can always change. All right, so once you've squeezed a good amount of lime onto your avocado, you can put it to the side, throw it away. We're done with that. And then I'm just going to quick give this a little mix before we start adding our seasonings. We are almost done. So this takes less than 5 minutes and it ends up tasting really yummy. All right, last up is our seasonings. Like I said, most of this recipe and this snack is actually seasonings. So we need garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper, and we're gonna use the same amount of all the seasonings. So grab your 1/4 of a teaspoon. It's gonna say 1/4 TSP. It's the only one that we're using today. And the recipe calls for 1/8. Now, most people don't have 1/8 of a teaspoon in their house, or I don't. So we're actually just gonna use half of this, and I'll kind of show you how we're gonna do it. So first I'm gonna use my onion powder. So if you are gonna grab a spice or a seasoning, grab your onion powder and your 1/4 teaspoon. And how I'm gonna do this is because we only need 1/8, I'm just gonna fill up half of this to the best of your ability. Doesn't have to be perfect. If you use the whole thing, it's gonna be a little bit strong and a little salty. So the best that you can kind of see, I'm just filling it up about halfway and then sprinkle it on. Keep your teaspoon with you, your 1/4 teaspoon, because we're gonna use that for the next 3. Grab your garlic powder. Same thing, we just are gonna need about half of it full. To the best of your ability. Doesn't have to be perfect. Sprinkle your garlic powder on. And then we just need our salt and pepper. So grab your salt. Same thing, just going to fill your 1/4 teaspoon up about halfway. Sprinkle it on, and then our last ingredient is pepper. So grab your pepper. Fill up your 1/4 teaspoon about halfway and sprinkle it on. And then you can set your 1/4 teaspoon aside and your seasonings aside. We are done with those. And now all we have to do is stir it and we're done. Now, if you make this again and you're not sure that you like onion powder or garlic powder, the next time you make it, just don't add those spices. Really, you need an avocado and some salt to make guacamole, but these extra flavors just help it, I think, taste a little bit better. So give it a try. When you cook for yourself, you can make those decisions of what you like and what you don't like. All right, so we added our avocado, our lime, our 4 seasonings, and now we're just mixing it up. And set my spoon aside because we are done. That was it. Our 5-minute guacamole is now complete. And from here, you can decide, do you just dunk tortilla chips in it like I like to do? Maybe you put it in your tacos or on top of nachos, or you could even spread it on toast and make like an avocado toast. These are the choices that you can make when you cook for yourself in the kitchen. So I do hope you try and make this or try and make it again. And as I always say, when you do, let me know how it goes. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you have any questions. You can even send me a picture of how your 5-minute guacamole turned out. I'd love to get to see it, and maybe we can share it next week. Now, speaking of next week, on next week's episode, which is episode 39, we are learning how to make peanut butter oatmeal cookies. These cookies have just 5 ingredients. They are no bake, so all we have to do is mix a few ingredients in a bowl, pop them in the fridge, and we've got cookies. In order to cook along and make peanut butter oatmeal cookies, these are the ingredients that you'll need to have in your kitchen for next week. 3/4 cup of old-fashioned oats, 1/2 cup of peanut butter, 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of hot cocoa mix, and 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Well, friends, our time together today is almost over. I do hope you've enjoyed learning how to make our 5-minute guacamole. I know I had fun, and I already can't wait to cook together again next time. But before you say goodbye to this episode, make sure to click subscribe if you haven't already. You just have to click the little picture of me in the corner. That way you don't miss next week's episode. It'll be out on Friday, and I'll see you then. Bye, friends.